Okay, so here's the difference between religion and truth. So, religion is what results when the mind hears truth. When the mind hears truth, it thinks of itself as something separate from that truth, that it has to do all of these things to gain the approval so that then it could be approved by that truth, right? The truth is just the truth. It is the truth that there is only the truth, that all things are the truth, that there is no good, there is no evil, all things are the truth, and that there is only truth and ignorance, but even ignorance is still part of the whole of that truth. So let's take religion, for example. The rules in religion, yes, when these things, like let's say the 7 deadly sins, for example, when these sins are avoided, you will understand truth. That is true. But you'll never be able to do it. You will never be able to do it, as in the body. The individual will never be able to follow these things. It is when you realize that naturally these rules will be followed when you realize oneness. When you realize you're one with everything, you won't have to fill a void with these sins. There will be no ignorance, because evil doesn't exist. It is only the lack of awareness of the truth, right? When you're aware of the interconnectedness, that all is one, there is no good and evil, when you're aware of this on a deep level and have integrated this as your being, you won't be lustful, you won't be prideful, you won't have envy, you won't have greed, you won't be lazy, you won't have these negative lower qualities of duality. What religion is pointing to is this truth. Religion was created, no matter which religion, the truths behind it were trying to speak to your soul, your consciousness. It was trying to speak to you to awaken the oneness within you. But as these religions have gotten passed down over time, and the awakened oneness being that preach this stuff is no longer around, you get a weird distortion of people who are viewing it from the lens of duality, and then trying to teach that truth from the lens of duality to more people stuck in duality. They're actually not teaching anything. They're just talking about something none of them will ever be able to attain, because they're trying to endlessly roll the ball up the hill only for it to come back down. And even when they think they've attained, it is only because their idea that they've touched upon good, not realizing that evil is just ignorance. So therefore, even when they feel they have understood some of the truths, they lack the entirety of the truth. They still judge others because of this. They still judge those that aren't where they're at, thus meaning they're not exactly where they think they're at either. And that's an even more dangerous mindset. So keep that in mind. There's truth only. There's awareness and ignorance. Awareness is Christ consciousness. Ignorance is satanic consciousness. There is only truth, and it is all part of the whole. Understand that. I, the Lord your God, create the light and the dark. That's a verse in the Bible, right? So a lot of this will not make sense, because a lot of people listening to this are listening with their mind. And it's very hard to tell your mind what you're listening to not listen to with your mind. So it's like a lot of this won't even make sense. It's like the select few that are kind of already pushing towards this, it might be able to put the pieces together, but it's out there. why I'm making this is it's out in the field of existence for those who are ready for it. And even those who aren't ready for it, there's a deep essence within everyone that already knows all of this. And I can only hope that it permeates the depths of their consciousness and this resonates. But if it doesn't, it's all in the time it's meant to happen. Everything is as it is. Heaven and hell are on the same plane, right? It's what reality you're tuned into. So, yeah, hopefully that made sense.